Hi, everybody. My name's Jason.
I'm kidding.
I'm Jaden.
I'm Eli.
And we are the Yahuwah and the Torah YouTube channel. We are the Yahuwah and the Torah.net website. We are YahScriptures.com. And we are your family. And we hope that you guys consider us our family, your family, because we are all one big family in Yah. For anybody who is keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments of our Creator, that would classify you guys as our brothers and our sisters, as our family, as our people who are under Mashiach. Who is our Mashiach, Eli?
Mashiach is the son of Yahuwah, and Yahuwah is our creator because his God and Lord or titles, and his true name in Hebrew is Yahuwah, and his son's name is Yahushua. It's not Jesus because there are no J's in Hebrew. And we believe that Yahushua died on the stake for our sins, and we believe in him that he is the Messiah.
Yeah, and so for anyone who doesn't know, we do this thing at the crack of dawn. I literally roll these guys out of bed and roll them to the table, and so sometimes they're a little groggy, sometimes they're a little quiet, sometimes they're still asleep, but that's okay because Mystical and I, we get up like 3 o'clock in the morning, and so we're hanging out at 3 until 5, so we're all bushy-eyed and wily here. All right, so for anybody who can remember what happened yesterday, can anybody give me a quick recap so we can get caught up to today's interesting discussion?
Let's see. Let's think about that. Yesterday we talked about. I don't actually remember.
I don't either.
You guys don't remember what we talked about yesterday? Nobody was there.
I'm trying to remember, but I can't.
Okay, Kate, you probably won't. I won't put you on spot here. All right, so where are we?
Oh yeah,
at?
okay, I remember now.
Okay, let's
so
do it.
yesterday we talked about Sarah not being able to have a child and Abraham getting blessings, and so Sarah told him to go be with Hagar, and he went with Hagar, and she conceived, and then Hagar started taunting Sarah, and Sarah was very angry.
Yeah, so Sarah shared her bed with Hagar, and this is where the story is unfolding. Okay, all right, so here we are, and today is going to be a very interesting discussion because there's going to be something that we hear that you've never heard anywhere else in any other scriptures at all, guaranteed. Okay, here we are, 107. However, when Sarah attempted to correct Hagar, I think that should be attempt to correct Hagar, Hagar grew angry and determined to return to her father's people. Wherefore she departed into the wilderness. But a messenger of Yahuwah met her by a well where she stopped to rest. And he said unto her, Hagar, daughter of Sarah, who gave thee unto her husband Abraham? And took thee into her own bed, that thou mightest raise up seed unto her? Why art thou thus fleeing into the wilderness from the camp of Abraham? And Hagar replied, I am returning to the land of my father, for it grieveth me to be bound to Sarah. And the messenger of Yahuwah said to her, Return unto Sarah, and be subject unto her, for she is given to thee, to be a mother unto thee, and this seed is hers as well as yours. Yahuwah will multiply thy seed exceedingly, so that it shall not be numbered for multitude. And thou shalt bear a son, and shall call his name Yishmael, because Yahuwah hath heard thy prayers and answered them. He will be a man of the desert, and a man of war. Nevertheless, many shall join themselves unto him, and his people shall be great. All right, do we have anything new from this? What do we...
A little bit about the angel says about their seed being together, and their child being like Sarah's child as well, and talks about how many people will be his, and how he'll be a man of war.
Yeah, we knew from scriptures that Ishmael will have he'll be blessed, right? He will. Yah watches out for him, and he has a ton of kids. And let's continue on. Okay, 108. Hagar replied, What shall I say is the name of him who beareth these glad tidings? And the messenger replied, Be'er lakai roi, for know that Elohim seest thee in all places whitherso thou shalt be. And Hagar said, I know that Elohim seest me, for he hath this day sent his messenger to minister unto me. Wherefore Hagar returned unto the tent of Sarah, and at the appointed time she bare unto me a son, and I called his name Yishmael, according to the word of the messenger. And I was 86 years old when Hagar bare Yishmael unto me. Is this the right counting, guys, as far as regular scriptures? So we're talking 80, 20, 40, 60, 80, 86?
Yeah, because I think he's 13 years older than Ishmael, or Isaac.
Isaac, yep. Okay, 109. At the end of 13 years, Yahuwah appeared unto me, and he said unto me, Abram, because thou hast been faithful in all things unto me, from the time thou wast 3 years old, and behold, now thou art 99. Therefore, I will establish my covenant with thee, for with thee I shall commence a new dispensation of the Besorah. From that time forth, all those who would be sealed into me must be sealed into thee. Wherefore I will send Noach unto thee in the Mishkan, and he will bestow upon thee the keys of this kahuna. For the city of Melchizedek will I take up from off the earth, and there will be a new beginning in thee. For I will greatly multiply thy seed, and I will make them my ministers, that through thy kahuna all the people of the earth shall be Baruch. Therefore, from this time forth shall every male child among you be circumcised, in that his foreskin should be opened in token of the opening of his heart to the light of the Besorah. And on the 8th day ye do it, that ye may remember that on the 8th day they shall be immersed, that the baraka of the Besorah may come upon them. All right. This is the first time that we have anything with circumcision that deals with immersion. Eli, you gonna wake up on this and give me some stuff here? Anyone have anything on this? Because what do we know of what circumcision is in scriptures? We don't know a lot about it, right? All we know, we don't know any kind of the formula. We don't know how they do it or any of that jive.
So is this a physical immersion, or is it more like a spiritual immersion, where it's like once you circumcise, you're basically immersed in the spirit, or do they actually put them in water?
I don't know, because it talks a little bit later about the immersion here, and so this is something to take note of, that we are all aware of what we're reading. Okay, anyone else have anything?
No, I don't know until we get a little farther.
Okay, 6. This is according to the covenant I made with Adam in the Garden of Eden. But I instructed Noach and Shem not to administer this covenant unto thee, that thou mightest receive it in token of this new covenant, which I make with thee.
So it seems there was circumcision before.
Yeah, so there was circumcision before, but it says here that Noach and Shem did not circumcise Abraham because he wanted to, it was a token. And so this is, hang tight real quick. One of my kids is just running out of here like with some sort of urgency. So here we go. Okay, 7. Although I gave these ordinances in the beginning unto Adam, yet the sons of men have continually gone astray from my precepts and have not kept my ordinances which I gave unto their fathers.
Same as it is these days.
Yep. They have neglected the ordinance of immersion, which I commanded unto them in the token of the burial of the natural man, and have ceased to receive the anointing whereby they become sovereigns and Kohanim unto me. Okay, this is where it comes up with that immersion thing, and they have neglected the ordinance of immersion. So we're either going to have an immersion, a physical immersion with water, or we are going to have a spiritual immersion that is with the Ruach HaKodesh. Anybody have anything other than me sitting here rambling?
Maybe where John the Baptist learned these things was like stuff from the past of how to baptize, how to do all this. It might have not been something new that we have heard of. It might have been something
and
old.
that's the thing, is we don't hear of immersion. Now, gentlemen, you guys have done a tremendous amount of work reading scriptures. Do you, Eli, hear anything of immersion in the Old Testament any way up to Matthew?
No,
really.
it starts with John the Baptist.
Yeah, I mean, we don't hear of a tremendous amount of like water stories at all. We have Bathsheba in the water.
We know it's just to wash and bathe ourselves. So
Yep.
maybe the immersion is more of a cleaning ourselves.
Right, and the immersion, for those who do not know, part of Torah is if you become unclean, you bath before night and you become clean. And so when you wash, you are become clean at evening, which is another tip of when is a Hebrew day start and when does it end, right? Our Creator all through Scripture says you will be clean at sunset after you bath, which is when a new day begins. Okay, anyone else have anything on this?
And maybe that is it. Maybe it's self immersion. Like when you go and clean yourself before you go, when you like follow the commands, maybe you go and clean yourself, and so you're like a new person. So you're basically ready to get back into Yah's camp.
Yeah, and I mean, you would think after circumcision they'd want to immerse the kid as well. Not like completely, I don't think, but maybe like a lot. I don't know. I don't know anything about that. I'm a dude. Okay, let's continue on. 8? Is that where we're at, fellas?
No, or 9.
9?
Yes.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, 9. Yea, they have turned from my commandments and changed my ordinances, and have replaced immersion with the washing of children, which they call immersion. Okay, there's a lot we have in there, right? Number 1, it says they have turned from my commandments. Doesn't that sound like everybody today?
Yeah.
I mean, nobody keeps the commandments of our Creator. And it says it changes my ordinances. Essentially, his ways, his days, his times, his appointed times. Everybody has changed everything. Nobody has a clue. Nobody keeps his appointed times anymore. But the key piece here is have replaced immersion with the washing of children, which they call immersion.
So we got to figure out what immersion is. So it's not just like water.
I think immersion is under the water, right? Like you go underwater. I think that's what we're talking about. And so maybe if Brother Glenn or possibly Jeremy or other ones, and Miss Nicole sitting here going on Telegram, popping it over on the live thing. Sorry, everybody. If we can come back to this, maybe Jeremy can give us if anybody has any kind of extra thoughts on exactly what we're looking at here. I don't have an answer for this. I don't know what we're exactly talking about. We do know that when Noah was circumcised, right, he was glowing white prior to that, right? He had eyes of like flames, but on that day, it like all calmed down, right? It was like he was immersed into like, I don't know, so he wasn't quite as holy as he was or something. I'm not sure if that was the right word or even saying it. All right, let's continue on, because now it's going to get wild. But behold, there is no baptism, for I will atone for the fall of Adam. Wherefore little children are innocent until they reach the age of accountability. All right, what's the age of accountability?
When you understand right from wrong.
Yeah, so when you're 3 years old and you put your hand in the cookie jar and you know your parents have said, don't eat the cookies, are you at the age of accountability?
Yeah, because you know right from wrong. You know what to do and what not to do. And when your parents tell you, so you basically break commandments, so obeying your parents, so you break the Torah, so you now are accountable for breaking the Torah.
Yeah. All right, 11. But the sons of men have rejected my atonement, wherein I will offer my only begotten Ben for the sins of the world. For they say that the blood of righteous Hevel has shed for sins, thereby rejecting me as their Savior. That's interesting, right? So you could tell there's some sort of issue here, right? Like people are saying that the blood of Abel was shed for their sins, is what this was saying.
Yeah, they obviously missed the point because there's nothing like that.
Yeah, and again, he's talking about his only begotten Ben, his only begotten son. So these are some amazing things that we do not hear in any other book. Okay, 12. But thou hast upheld my ordinances. Therefore thy seed shall sprinkle all nations. For thou shalt be a father of many nations. And thou shalt be fruitful, and many nations shall come of thee, and sovereigns of the nations shall be of thy seed. Moreover, ye shall not cut yourselves in your foreskins after the manner of the heathen. For this is the lesser law, and applieth only to those who have had a part of the Besorah cut off from that which they have received. I have no idea what that's even talking about, honestly.
Yeah, talks about something about
Moreover, you shall not cut yourselves in your foreskin as the manner of the heathen. I don't know how the heathen do it. So that's the problem, is we don't understand exactly what the heathens do. And so to understand this, we'd probably have to get like a doctor to explain to us exactly how this is working, how these guys do this, or what exactly it is. But there's rules and regulations for all this. Okay, 15. But your hearts are open to the fullness of my Besorah. Wherefore your foreskin shall be opened. For if it were profitable for you to be without a foreskin, then would your father beget you and your mother without a foreskin. Take not away what Elohim hath given, but let your foreskins be opened. For this is the true circumcision, and it will be profitable unto you as a covenant written in your flesh, which shall be an everlasting covenant. Now, this is where it gets tricky. Okay, is everyone ready for this?
Yep.
Your daughters also shall be circumcised upon the marriage bed, when the matrix is opened by the entrance of her husband. For this is a Kadesh ordinance, and it is completed at the birth of her firstborn. Wherefore it is written that the firstborn which openeth the matrix is Kodesh, because it is an instrument in the performance of a Kodesh ordinance. Now,
okay.
Yes, I know. You guys will not have a ton of stuff over here on this, and I probably won't get any help from Miss Nicole on any of this at all. This is what it's saying. It's saying that women go through a circumcision as well. First, when they are on the bed of matrimony with their husband, and then as the child is birthed. And I'm sorry, I have a bunch of red-faced gentlemen here because I have what is the word? Sheltered my kids so much they have zero idea even what I'm talking about at any of this. And so we're gonna have to like work through this thing here. Okay.
My question is, what about cesarean birth?
Yeah, and Mr. Cole says, what about cesarean births? I don't have an answer for that. Obviously back in the day, they didn't have cesarean births like this, right? They wouldn't have had, Hugo the knife guy cut you open and different things of that nature. Okay. All right. So just so everybody knows, there's circumcision for men and circumcision for women. And that makes a lot of sense to me. Now, the rest of the boys are going to have to go off and wonder and have question marks all day long, but that's okay. We'll continue on. 20. Now, go into the Mishkan and fast and pray until Noah cometh to bestow upon thee the keys of which I have spoken. All right. So with that, I think we'll call it a day. It's real silent around here, man. You guys.
Yeah, I have nothing. I have nothing on the last
breaker.
part. Yeah, I have nothing on that last part.
You don't have any experience here. All right.
No.
All right. Well, yeah. Here, these kids. Have you guys ever held a girl's hands? I think. Wait. When you were like, what's that, Rose?
4.
When you were 4 years old, I think you held another girl's hand. Prior to that, I don't think you've ever held a girl's hand. You've never
Mom's hand.
You held mom's hand. Yeah, that's the thing. So these boys are extremely sheltered. So a lot of things we describe in the world, I can't exactly describe to them, which is a good thing. It's good. There's a lot of innocence there, and there's also a lot of wonder. So with that, everybody, it is a preparation day, and for everybody who does not know what that means what you're going to prepare today, what you're going to cook today. Tomorrow is a Shabbat. From sunset today is when the Shabbat begins, and that is when an appointed time from our Creator to us. This is literally built for man. This Shabbat is something awesome that our Creator did, that we should be doing, that gets us in sync with our Creator. We're not to work, we're not to cling, we're not to do anything. We're to hang out with our Creator, hang out with our family, rest. Rest is what we are to doing. Now, before I let you guys go, if any of you guys have not downloaded this, what we're reading right here is available absolutely free. It's right here. It's called the Yah Scriptures, the Apocrypha, single column, first edition. This has the writings of Abraham in it. Right above that is the Yah Scriptures. It is the 66 book restored names Scriptures, unlike you will ever see anywhere else. And if you guys would like this in a hard print, it is also available. It'll be available February or March. It's going into the printers probably early next week is when this is going to go into our printers, and you will not be able to find another book anywhere like this. We have done something that no other book printer has done. This is a soft front cover. What is this called? What's the front cover called?
It's called a Siva PU.
All right, it's called a Siva PU, but it's like a nice leather cover. It looks like leather.
Fake leather
It's a
cover.
fake leather cover. This Scriptures has 3 separate bookmarks so that you guys are going to be able to read all over the place and you're not going to get lost. You don't have to mess with it.
And it's sewn binding.
And it's sewn bindings. So these are very, very, very nice Scriptures. You will not find them anywhere else. For every Scriptures that is bought, we are trying to put 1 Scriptures into prisons. So if you guys are interested in helping the prisoners out, if you're interested in helping this ministry out, this is how to do it, because we're out helping the prisoners. And so with that, everybody, we love you guys very, very much. We hope you'll join us for tomorrow's service. It's a reading of Scriptures. It's 11 o'clock, and all of us are there, and we would love to see you guys. So thank you guys very much. Have a wonderful day.
All right.
Shalom.